Good morning everyone. Myself Nivedita from St. Mary's High School, ANAND. So today in this video we are going to deal with our second unit, and that is motions of the earth. Dear children, today we are going to start our second unit from social science book, and the title of the lesson is motions of the earth. Children, this lesson is based on the two words. The whole lesson is based on the two main words, and that is rotation and revolution. Rotation and revolution. First thing that I want to tell you is that you may come across some of the toys. Okay, आप लोग जो toys से खेलते हो, tops and the disc. Okay, whenever you are playing with such toys, at that time they are turned or they are turning around their own axis. Okay, जब आप किसी चीज से खेलते हो और उसे घुमाते हो तो वो पर्टिकुलर जो कि उसकी एरा है वहीं पे वो घूमती है. लेट मी गिव यू वन एग्जांपल. आप लोग फेयर की विजिट करते हो, है ना? whenever there is a fair in your city, at that time you visited that fair, and वहाँ पे जो फेयर स्किल्स होती है जिसे आप लोग अपनी लैंग्वेज में चकडोर बोलते हो, उसमें आप सब लोग बैठे होंगे, आपने एक्सपीरियंस किया होगा. सो द फेदर व्हील्स आर मूविंग. जो सीट्स है उसकी जहाँ पे आप लोग बैठते हो, जो चकडोर की सीट पे आप बैठते हो, वो अपने प्रॉपर जो प्लेस है जहाँ पे उसे फिक्स्ड की गई है वहीं पे वो एग्जिस्ट होती है. मीन्स वहीं पे उसके अराउंड ही वो घूमेंगी. राइट? ऐसा हुआ है कभी कि आप कोई चकडोर में बैठे हो, कोई फेयर के व्हील्स पे बैठे हो और वो आपको पूरा फेयर का चक्कर लगा के, राउंड लगा के वहीं पे वापस लाके खड़ा कर दे? ऐसा हुआ है? डिड यू नोटिस एनी टाइम दिस थिंग्स? नो. क्या होता है व्हेनेवर यू आर सिटिंग ऑन द सीट्स ऑफ दैट फेरी व्हील्स, द फेरी व्हील्स मूविंग ऑन हिज ओन एक्सिस्ट. वो वहां से घूमते 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 पूरा फेयर का आपको चक्कर नहीं लगवाएंगे, है ना? वो अपनी जो फिक्स प्लेस है वहीं पे वो घूमती है. सो हियर वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द अर्थ. ओके, आपको पता है कि अर्थ इज मूविंग, वो स्टॉप नहीं होती. अर्थ इज कंटिन्यूअसली मूविंग. सो टुडे इन दिस लेसन वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस अबाउट अर्थ रिवॉल्यूशन एंड इट्स रोटेशन. Here in this lesson we are going to talk about the earth revolution and its rotation. Now as I told you that the whole lesson is based on the two words rotation and revolution. So now let us discuss first these two words. First is rotation and the second word is revolution. What is rotation? Rotation क्या है? Rotation means moving on its own axis, and revolution means revolving around the sun. Rotation means moving on their own axis. The tops, the disc, the toys which you are playing with, okay, and the fairy wheels, they all are moving on their own axis. So we can call them a rotation. Okay, जो कि आप टॉप्स से खेलते हो, जिसको आप अपनी लैंग्वेज में क्या बोलते हो, पहचानते हैं ना? Okay, so they all are moving on their own axis. Now revolving around the sun. As I told you, here we are talking about earth rotation and its revolution. Okay, so the earth is moving on its own axis, and at the same time the earth is revolving around the sun.
The Earth is the third planet from the Sun, and it has a unique characteristic that no other planet we know has. It's the only one that has life on it. Life of all types, plants, animals. Its average temperature is 15 degrees Celsius, and because our planet also has water and an atmosphere, it is the perfect place for life. Like other planets of the solar system, the Earth moves in two different ways. One is called rotation, and the other is called revolution. Rotation is the movement of the Earth on its own axis. Rotate means to turn, so the Earth turns around a slightly inclined imaginary line that joins the two poles called the axis. Do you know how long it takes to make a complete turn? It takes 24 hours to make one rotation. Think about it for a second. One day, day and night together, lasts 24 hours too. So the movement of rotation causes day and night. Interesting, right? Now let's see the movement of revolution. As you can see in the pictures, the Earth goes around the Sun in an elliptical orbit. That might sound a little strange, but if you look, you'll see it's simply the journey that the Earth makes around the Sun. Do you know how long it takes the Earth to make a complete revolution around the Sun? Well, it takes 365 days. Exactly 1 year. This revolution movement is what makes the spring with its colourful flowers, the hot summer full of fun, the autumn when leaves fall from the trees to the ground, and the cold and frosty winter. So let's remember the two kinds of movement that the Earth makes. There is rotation, which is the Earth turning around itself, causing day and night, which lasts exactly 24 hours, the same as a whole day. And there is revolution, which is the Earth travelling around the Sun, which takes 365 days and causes the seasons. So now you know the movements of the Earth.
So here I have written the difference between rotation and revolution. Let us see what is rotation and what is revolution. A rotation is a circular movement of an object around a center of rotation. As I told you that rotation is a circular movement of an object. जो toys है, जो भी fairy tales है, they are object and they are the circular movement. Okay, घूमना, circular होना means घूमना. उसकी जो movement है, at the time when they are moving. Okay, so it's a circular movement and that is called rotation. The spinning of the Earth around its axis is called rotation. As I told you that here we are talking about Earth, so the spinning of the Earth around its axis is called rotation. Earth अपनी ही axis पे घूमती है, okay? So उसे हम क्या कहेंगे? Rotation. The rotation of the Earth divides into a light up and half, a dark half, which gives rise to day and night. The rotation of the Earth divides it into a lit up half and dark half, which gives rise to day and night. Now the reason or the rotation of the Earth results in day and night. जो Earth rotate होती है, उसका result क्या होता है? We are filled day and night, lit up half and dark half. Okay. Now what is revolution? Revolution is often used as a synonym for rotation. ये क्या है revolution? Rotation का एक similar word ही है. The movement of Earth around the Sun is a fixed path. It is called revolution. number 7. Have you noticed that the toys that you play with, such as tops and discs, rotate on their own axis? Have you noticed? Have you noticed such toys which rotate on their own axis? Yes. Similarly, our Earth too rotates on its axis. You must have taken a ride in Ferris wheel in Ferris. While the ships rotates around their axis, they also revolve in a circular manner. Like other celestial bodies, the Earth also moves in two ways. जैसा कि मैंने कहा, सभी जो celestial bodies है, उसी तरीके से Earth भी two ways में rotate होती है. And the first is rotation, and the second one is revolution. The Earth moves on the two ways. First is rotation, and second one is revolution. The Earth rotates on its own axis and also revolves around the Sun. As I told you, rotation means moving on their own axis, and revolution means moving around the Sun. The Moon and Earth are constantly in motion. Now, what does rotation of the Earth mean? Okay. What does rotation of the Earth mean? Rotation क्या है? As the Earth rotates on its imaginary axis, the speed of rotation at any point along the equator is approximately 1670 km/h. The Earth takes 24 hours to complete one rotation. Underline the sentence. Please keep your pen or pencil with you. Whenever there is some important point, you have to underline this sentence. Okay. So, what is the rotation means? The rotation of the equator is approximately 1670 km/h. The Earth rotates approximately 1670 km/h. जो स्पीड है अर्थ की रोटेट होने की, वो कितनी है? 1670 km/h. And the Earth takes 24 hours. Okay, the Earth takes 24 hours to complete one rotation. Okay. Why is the sun seen only during the day and the moon at night? How are day and night crossed? You must probably have thought about such questions. है ना? आपको भी ऐसे क्वेश्चन हुए होंगे कि हमें दिन में सन, रात में मून ही क्यों दिखता है? So here is the answer for you. If you see in this, okay, there is one picture based on this questions. Okay, now what is revolution? The Earth takes 365 days to complete one revolution around the Sun. How many days? 365 days. The Earth takes 24 hours to rotate. Okay, rotation करने के लिए Earth 24 hours लगते हैं, and revolution के लिए 365 days. Here in rotation we have the result of day and night. Okay, we feel the result of day and night, and here 365 days, it means a 1 year, whole 1 year. This period is called a year also. It revolves around the Sun at the speed of approximately 1780 km/h. Okay, here the Earth move particular speed. The Earth moves continuously on a fixed imaginary path called an orbit. The Earth, as I told you here, the Earth has one particular path. Okay, whenever the Earth is moving around the Sun, there is a one fixed path, and that fixed path, the imaginary path, is called orbit. क्या कहते हैं उसे? Orbit. The fixed imaginary path where the Earth is moving around the Sun, that is called orbit. This orbit of the Earth is not firm but elliptical. It means oval. Okay, the orbit of the Earth is not round. वो round नहीं है, but there is a one word. Elliptical, it means oval. Okay. This is the reason why the distance between the Earth and Sun does not remain the same throughout the year. Okay. Now what is the reason? Where we found that the Sun and the Earth is not the fixed distance. Okay. उनका जो distance है वो fix नहीं होता है. Sun हमें यहाँ कहीं पर भी दिखता है ना. So the reason why the distance between the Earth and Sun does not remain the same throughout the year. It is the reason. The Earth is revolving around the Sun. It takes 365 days, 1780 kilometers per hour. Okay. The Earth revolves around the Sun. That is why the distance between Sun and Earth is not remain the same throughout the year. The Earth revolves around the Sun at the speed of approximately 1780 km/h. The Moon revolves around the Sun and the Earth revolves around the Sun. Okay, the Moon revolves around the Earth. Moon, Earth, and Earth, Sun. Okay, the Moon is revolves around the Earth and the Earth revolves around the Sun. The Earth makes an angle of 23.50 to its axis and 66.50 Celsius to its orbit. The tightening of the Earth on its axis causes the varying lengths of the day and night and also changes in the season. Okay, now here the Earth makes angle of 23.50, okay, and 66.50. So the tightening of the Earth on its axis cause varying lengths of the day, okay, and different in the season. Now when the Earth revolves around the Sun, and that is we find the change in the season and the length of the day and night. Sometimes you may come across you have noticed these things, right? Then in the winter season we have short day and long night. In summer season we have long day and short night. So what is the reason behind it? It is the revolution of the Earth. The revolution of the Earth causes the varying of the length of the day and night, and also the changes in the season. Because of the Earth revolution, we experience the changes in the seasons also and length of the day and night also. Turn the page. Okay, so we stopped here. Okay, now let us revise what we discussed in this video. Dear children, we are so we'll stop here. Now let us revise or recall what we learn today. We discuss about our second unit, motions of the earth. And in this chapter, we discuss about the word rotation and revolution. What is rotation and what is revolution? Rotation means moving on its own axis and revolution means revolving around the sun. Here we are talking about earth rotation and its revolution. So earth rotates on their own axis and it takes 24 hours to complete one rotation. The earth takes 24 hours to complete one rotation and then the speed of the earth is 1670 km per hour. We also talked about revolution. So the earth revolving around the sun, it takes 365 days and the speed of the earth, when the earth takes one year to revolving around the sun and the speed of the earth is 1780 kilometers per hour. Okay, now the fixed path. As I told you that the earth is revolving around the sun, but there is a one fixed path. Okay, so that path is called orbit. Okay, there is a one word for that path and that is orbit. Now it's not round. जो अर्थ घूम रही है सन के अराउंड वो राउंड शेप में नहीं है. इज अ elliptical. It means oval. Okay. Now we also discuss about this difference. We discuss the difference between rotation and revolution. What is rotation? जो भी ऑब्जेक्ट है, जो भी टॉयज है, कुछ भी है, वो सर्कुलर मैनर में घूम रहा है, सर्कुलर मूवमेंट में और उनके फिक्स्ड पाथ पे ही घूम रहा है. It is called rotation. Okay. The earth around its axis. This is called rotation. The earth घूम रही है, spinning हो रही है अपने own axis में. It is rotation. And the earth divides into a lit up half and dark half. जो भी rotation हो रहा है अर्थ का, उसका रिजल्ट क्या है? We feel day and night. Okay, we experience day and night. Now what is revolution? The movement of earth around the sun. Sun की पास अर्थ घूम रही है, उसका हम revolution कहेंगे. And earth revolves from west to east. Okay, revolves कहाँ से होती है? West to east. जब revolution start होता है अर्थ का, earth revolves from east to west to east. Okay, so these things we discussed in today's video. We will go ahead in our next video. Okay, so now you have to write down these points in your notebook. I hope आपने अपना फर्स्ट यूनिट का जो होमवर्क है वो कंप्लीट कर लिया होगा. Now write down the title of our second unit and write down these points in your notebook. Okay, so here we stop. Thank you for